Back at you with the Car Chronicles. So, I got inspired by an email that I sent to one of my clients. So, I'm going to tell you about what happened with the situation. So, basically what happened was, this particular client sent me a food log. You guys, you know, they send me food logs every single night. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah. So, in their food log, they include everything. They include wake time, bedtime, time of every meal, time of every snack. It's all on a website that has calories, carbs, protein, and sodium. And then their notes section literally has times for every single thing, from wake and in perfect time order. They put their workout in there, what time they started it. If they do abs, they don't wear the heart rate monitor, but they write down that so that I know the timing in reference to their food. So basically then what happened was they explain things to me. If they have a headache after something, if they're starving, if they went out to a restaurant, they have to put it in quotes. And then usually if they make a mistake, or if they do something, or if they don't hit their goal, it's all about communication. Hey Jen, I know I was supposed to burn this amount of calories, but I didn't get a chance to do that because something happened. I was planning on doing it at this time, and then my kid got sick. I had to pick him up from school. Legitimate reason. So I'm not gonna say no. You pick your kid up and go home and then do cardio while your sick kid is laying on the couch. No, I'm a realist. I get it. I make it work for everybody's life, no matter what. And then I also know that ish happens sometimes. So, and that even plan A and plan B aren't going to work out. So basically, this client had something at dinner that they weren't supposed to have. And they didn't critique themselves. So I usually like when they critique it so we don't go back and forth. And I want them to tell me so that I know that they did something wrong, which I knew she knew. So I always tell them, explain, tell me so I know, so we don't have to go back and forth. They have to respond anyway. So first thing in the morning, they send a food log, and then, at night they send it, and then first thing in the morning, right when they wake up, either on the bowl or sitting in bed, they have headphones, a Post-it, and a pen, and they either have to listen to my voice recorder or read my email and then respond back to me. So I don't like to go back and forth. It should just be like a response, like, okay, got it, Jen, I'll make those changes, or whatever, thanks. So I responded and I said, so what happened at dinner? Like, I'm sure you know, this is something that has happened before, and I taught you all this, blah, blah, blah. So what happened? And she said, yes, I'm going to be honest, I did know. I should have said something about it, but, I was cooking for my family. Her food was already prepared, and I just picked on it. And I just took one bite. That's why it barely even had any calories, and it was a total guesstimate, and I overestimated, but it was a very small amount. So then I said to her, and here's the thing, none of my clients are competing. I have one client that competes, but she competes under somebody else's name because I've said before in every video, I will never prep anybody for a show. So she trains at my studio with me based on what body parts need to be worked on and all that other stuff, and she does competition dieting with her guy, but whatever. Everybody else is in there for healthy lifestyles, weight loss, medical conditions, whatever. And because working out with me is extremely entertaining. Just patting myself on the back for a moment. Okay, I'm done. So basically then, and this is what my point is. The point of me making that comment is, it's not going to make or break her. So for an example, if you are competing, yes, a bite of something that you're not supposed to have will affect you in some way. It will affect your blood sugar. It will affect your insulin levels. It will affect how your body reacts to that food and how you burn and store fat and all that other stuff. So the slightest bit will affect. Like, even one of my clients was saying that she likes to bake for her boyfriend, and she's like, I don't bake for 12 weeks while I'm prepping, because if I bake and I lick my finger and I taste it, it will literally affect. And every little thing, like you might hold a little bit of water here and there it is because of that one little lick. But with clients, that's not it. Like with my clients, that's not the thing. So I had said to her, that one little bite is not gonna make or break you. It's not like you're gonna not lose any weight on Saturday when you get on the scale. But it's about making and breaking habits. It's about breaking this connection. It's about looking at that food and saying, I don't need to taste you. Just like my clients that have kids, and I've heard this before, in the almost 9 years that I have kids, I've never had to taste my son's chicken finger, pasta, or anything like that. So you don't have to taste the food. It's about breaking that connection to it. It's about being a stronger person. It's about you weren't even hungry, or you have your own meals prepared. Why did you do that? You did it because you're emotionally connected to food. So we have to break that. Again, and those little things will add up. So it's also about breaking that, because even though it was just that once, and I think it was on Monday or Tuesday that it happened, and again, it's not going to break her on Saturday, but if it happened then how do we know it's not going to happen again on Wednesday? And how do we know, like, when she's maybe prepping her food, if she does like an overlap like I do? I prep on Sundays to get me to Friday and on Thursdays to get me to Monday. Let's say she's doing an overlap and she's cooking and she starts picking at something and she doesn't log it, or, you know, she's getting her carbs ready, but it's, you know, at night and she's not about to work out or anything like that. She didn't just finish working out, and she starts picking on potatoes to taste to see if they're ready, which no, because you don't have to do that. So that's what it's about, because those little things will add up. Those, you know, cutting corners, like, oh, I'm not gonna weigh this food, I'm just gonna guesstimate, and then all of a sudden you hardly ever weigh your food, and then you completely stop having any idea what it is that you're doing. So no matter what, like, I will always prep until I'm 100 years old, until I can't wipe my butt anymore. And then I told my husband, take me out. The moment you have to wipe my butt, I'm done. So, whatever. But I will always prep. And for me, I like that. I like knowing that I'm going to always have control of my food and always have control of everything. Somebody asked me the other day, I can't believe you woke up at 2:50 something, because I posted it actually in the beginning of one of my day in the life videos. So, and they were like, how do you do that? And I'm like, because I get deep REM sleep, and that's what happens when you're healthy, when you eat consistently throughout the day, when your blood sugars are good, you pass right out. So I happened to pass out at 8:15 that day. Usually I go to bed 8:30, 9 o'clock, but I went to bed early that day, and I had to wake up earlier because I had a couple new clients. So now I'm going off on a tangent, but the point is that then it reminded me of something back in the day that I talked about in one of my old videos about moments where you feel like, and you have to set up coping skills. So I gave her a little tip that I actually got from one of my other clients. I wear Invisalign. I'm not wearing it right now, but I wear it. And then another one of my clients, she does those Crest white strips. So when you have them on, you can't eat. So she makes it a point to put her Crest white strips on when she's prepping her food, so she doesn't have it. Like, if you have your own food and you're not worried about picking on that, but you do cook for your family and you cook different things, which I do. I don't cook for my husband, don't get it twisted, but I cook for my kids, and some of the things that they eat, I don't eat. Most of what they eat, I do. Like, I do make them organic pasta, you know, I'll make them rice, I'll make them organic chicken fingers and stuff like that, and so my son eats steak, the baby eats everything under the sun, but whatever. So I might be cooking something for them that I was not on my plan, and I'm not going to eat it. I don't necessarily need to do that, because right now I feel like I have a good, solid, like, feeling okay. There are times that I feel emotionally connected to food, and I feel like I need my coping skills in place. Right now, I mean, consistently have been feeling really good. And it's not just since this prep, it's since a lot of things. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's either because I haven't posted the video yet, or maybe you didn't see the last video. So I don't know when I'm gonna upload this video, so you'll see it if you haven't seen it, and if it is, go back and look at my last video that I posted. So that being said, so you have to learn how to come up with coping skills for when you are at your weaker moments. And that's what I think, like, a good little tip would be to do the Crest white strips or wear your Invisalign. I'm not a big fan of gum. Gum actually makes you constipated. It stirs up the acids in your stomach. It makes you think that you're hungry.